Hi there, welcome back to the CISSP Twister of the Day number 138. As you all know, my name is Manoj Sharma and I train for CISSP for the last 7 years, and I run a very popular program which is called as CISSP Success Toolkit. So if you are a serious campaigner, you are looking to get your CISSP cleared in the first attempt, consider visiting the website. However, let's get into this particular twister which has been picked up from the CISSP objective number 3.2, which is understanding the fundamental concept of security models. And in this one, we are going to talk about the particular question from Clark-Wilson model. Feel free to pause this particular video and I'm going to explain you in the next 10 seconds. I hope you have identified your right answer. If not, feel free to again pause the video and find your answer first, so that you can validate just not the answer but also the explanation as well. You need to, it's not more about answers, it's more about your point of view as well for the particular question. That's very important for the exam. So let's go through the exam through the question and try to find out what are the keywords here. Okay, so as we can see, an organization is integrating an ERP system to enforce data integrity controls in their financial transactions. Which of the following action is most aligned with the Clark-Wilson model requirement for the integration? I think very straightforward. If you have already gone through the Clark-Wilson model in domain number 3, I don't think you should have any problem answering this particular question. Let's take it up and try to understand first what is Clark-Wilson model. So in domain 3, as part of the objective 3.2, we are discussing certain models, for example BIPA integrity model, Bella Padula confidentiality model. One of the model is also Clark-Wilson model, and this Clark-Wilson model is dependent on a particular concept which says that you should never give the particular user the complete access or maybe the direct access to a particular database. You should let them go through a intermediate maybe a website, maybe a database view, maybe whatever like you want to implement, but do not let the end user directly interact with your databases. Let them go through an intermediate procedure which is also called as transformational procedure, and this is the procedure or this is the website or whatever, right, where the user will also get verified as well. So that is where you need to also have a integrity verification process also which have to be implemented. And most of the time in the real world also you see the same thing. For example, today you want to go and book a flight for you. None of the website will give you the direct access to their databases, right? They will definitely give you a website wherein you need to feed in from where you are coming, from where you have to go, all of that, and once you click on submit, it will fetch all the records from you based on distributed architecture, and it will serve you which particular flight you want to book. Exactly the same thing happens, right? What is the major point here? Why at all we are doing so? So the point here that we are doing so is because a particular user who is using a particular database service may not be very trusted, right? The data which is coming from them may not be very trustable. It may be unconstrained data item. So when this particular user which is not having a constrained data item has to go through this entire process, security verification and everything, it also makes sure that the data is being fed as per the requirement of the system by itself. So end of the day, this UDI, unconstrained data item, get converted into constrained data item, and all the entire process is completely well formed. That means all the transactions are well crafted and they are very much logged as well in the back end. So they are very much separated as well from a separation of duty perspective. So with all that, there these kind of transactions are very well formed transactions, and the entire transactions happens based on rule which is applied across the application. I hope by now you might have got your answer if you have answered it wrong. Okay, so the right answer in this particular case is implementing well formed transaction rules through the application. Okay, let's also review why the other are not right. Option number A, mandating two-factor authentication for all system users. There is no mention of two-factor authentication in the entire Clark-Wilson model. This Clark-Wilson model is more based on the integrity of the data which is actually being submitted to the database. So nowhere the two-factor authentication is there. So we are going to eliminate this option. Option number C is logging all user activities for audit purposes. This is definitely one of the action which is done as part of Clark-Wilson. There is always heavy emphasis on logging the activities and then monitoring it. But if you see, as per the question, they say most aligned option. So that is where we got a direct indicator for Clark-Wilson. So we are not taking this on the most part, right? So that is why we are eliminating this option as well. Then the last one is ensuring data encryption both at rest and in transit. Definitely good control, but not part of the Clark-Wilson model. There is no mention of that throughout the entire Clark-Wilson model. So that can also be easily eliminated. I hope you are liking this entire video series. If you like it, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and also visit www.cybernous.com if you are preparing for CISSP. You can also contact us in the comment section below, in the detail section below, and reach out to us if you are somebody who want to clear your CISSP with surety and with flying colors. And that is where this particular CISSP Success Toolkit program is very, very helpful. With that said, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Jai Hind.